this is Hannah Martin, and this is my flipped classroom experience. My lesson will be a science lesson learning about crocodilian. Crocodilian encompasses alligators, crocodiles, caimans, gharials, like the semi-aquatic large reptiles. It'd be for second grade, and here are my essential questions. Name a place other than America that crocodilian can live. Name 2 types of crocodilian other than crocodiles, so they could say like alligators and caimans. What kind of crocodilian is the largest reptile on Earth? Does a crocodile have a stronger biting down power or opening up power in their jaw? And are crocodiles warm-blooded or cold-blooded? So the state standards that go with that are these 2. Observe and describe structures and behaviors of a variety of common animals. Observe, compare, and describe stages of life cycles for plants and or animals. This is my Edpuzzle class code. So I decided to go with some magical levels. So Warlock is first. Warlock kids need a little extra help. What they need to do is just watch this video. So this video is really simple because it's for kindergarten, and so it's just really simple overview of the facts to just remind them. So if they're having trouble, they can watch this. It says it's only about alligators, but this stuff applies to most of the different species. So for that, I'd say that's easily just information passively received active entry because they're just watching a video. For this, it's definitely DOK level 1 because it's recall. It's just watching, so they're just identifying things, memorizing things, stuff like that. And then for blooms, it'll just be knowledge. Because we don't know if they comprehended it yet, it's just they're getting this knowledge. So, after Warlock, we have Magician. So they're on the right track, but they might need something to remind them about the facts about crocodiles. This game teaches about crocodile eggs. It's on Wildcrafts, which is like a really popular kids show about animals. So basically what you do is you play as this man as a crocodile, and you go to the crocodile nests, and you have to make sure that the right amount of dirt is on them so that they can stay healthy. And then there's a predator, and you scare it away. So basically you're learning about the predators and how the crocodiles keep their eggs warm. So I'd say it's collaborative entry, individual student use of tools, because they're using that alone. DOK would be probably level 2, level 1, or level 2, depending how well they do on the game. They're recalling information that they were told, but they're also predicting what they need to do for the game, and stuff like that, inferring what might happen next if the predator's allowed to get to them. So probably level 1, but mostly a little of level 1, but mostly level 2. And so then that's knowledge and comprehension, because obviously they're getting some of these concepts if they can play that game in a little bit of application, because it's not that many concepts yet, but they're on their way there. So next is Wizard Kids. Wizard Kids are doing well. They're probably the kids that are like on track, the middle kids that everyone teaches to. So this game is really good. I really like it. It's probably my favorite of all the ones that I have. So I won't push play just because there's a really long intro, but it's really good. It teaches the differences really well. The differences between the different reptiles, like how you can recognize them, what they eat, where they live. It's just a lot of good information presented in a fun way, and I really, really like it. So I was glad I could find that. They would have to get to level 2 of this game because actually it does get kind of intense with how much they're meant to remember. So only level 2. So this would still be, well, they could do it in groups, so it could be collaborative use of tool in conventional ways. So adoption, they could do it in groups so that they could remember all the information and stuff. And then for DOK, it would be a lot of probably 3: formulating ideas, critiquing, appraising, drawing conclusions, differentiating between the difference, comparing, explaining why things are the way they are with Crocodilian, stuff like that. Wouldn't quite be up to level 4 yet, I don't think, but level 3 for sure. And so they would have knowledge, comprehension, application, and a little bit of synthesis because they would be collecting all this information and applying it to the questions. So then finally we have my Enchanter kids. These Enchanter kids need to be challenged. They're the gifted kids. So I would open up email on an iPad or computer and I would put in the send bar to me so that I could get it and have a copy of it. But basically I would have them craft an email to me pretending I am animal control. So the student would list the species of crocodilian that was infiltrating the school. They could pick whatever they had learned about caiman, a gharial, a crocodile, an alligator, and giving me as much detail as possible so that I can come catch the animal. So things like descriptors of its body, how long it is, like crocodiles are usually bigger than alligators. There's differences with their teeth, with their snouts, so they would give me information on that. There's differences in the, major differences in the size between, say an alligator and a caiman or a gharial. They would need to be giving me as much detail as possible about the outer appearance. Also, I would want them to give me natural habitat. They could say, oh, this belongs to Asia. You're going to want to send it back to Asia. Or this is one that's native to the Americas, so that's how it got in here. Or I don't know how this one got in here because it's native to Australia, something like that. So that animal control can return it home. And then tips for capturing it. One of the essential questions is, do they have more opening power or closing power? And the answer is closing power. They have the strongest bite in the animal kingdom, but it's very hard for them to reopen their jaws again. So just a human closing their jaws with their hands actually would work. So they would need to give me tips like that. Oh, you can put your hands around its snout and it can't open its mouth and bite you then. Or they could give me tips like what they eat. They like this certain kind of fish, so you could use that to lure them away from the students. So just giving me as many details as they can about the selected thing. I think that'd be really fun for them. They can add in their own little flair and stuff. So what I think that is active adaptation, conventional independent use of tools, some student choice and exploration, since they can choose the kind of species they want to be in the school. They can explore a little outside of the games and videos I gave them to get more details if they want. So that's what I think it would be for Tim's. Then for DOK, it's obviously level 4, connecting different things, synthesizing, applying concepts, analyzing and creating and proving, proving the type that's in the school, creating the email, connecting different things. So it would be DOK level 4, extended thinking. And then we'd be up to synthesis on the blooms, cause it hits all the other levels. So that's basically what I would do and the different levels and everything. So, yep, that would be my lesson.